Crock Talk TV podcast. Peace.
If you really look at it, and Niner fans should know this. I mean, he's baby Anquan, and Anquan with everything. If Anquan was a Z, X, your slot, Anquan could do it all. And had they used him, I guarantee you Anquan could have done exactly what Deebo does and line up in the backfield sometimes and run the ball. I guarantee you younger Anquan could have definitely did that. We got Anquan to the tail end of his career, and he was still a dog.
Yeah, so, still a 1,000-yard receiver, back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving years for the 49ers.
Exactly. So Anquan, Deebo was literally that, and I think he could be all those things. Definitely a poor, not and respectfully poor man's version of Anquan, because Anquan was, there's not too many built like Anquan. You know what I mean?
Anquan was a guy who ran a 4.7 coming out of college and broke records as a rookie in the NFL with Arizona. He was there, I want to say, the year before Larry Fitzgerald got there. And Anquan went crazy. Like I think at that time broke the record for like most yards and catches or something like that from a rookie. Like he had an amazing year. And that was a guy who ran a 4.7 that you would think like, oh, well, he's, vertically challenged, right? He's not going to be able to give you much vertically, but he was winning all over the field. Then they added Fitzgerald, and they were just a great tandem from the jump there. So, but yeah, go ahead.
What did Deebo run? 4.6?
4.48.
4.48? Oh, damn, I disrespected. Yeah. I said 4.6.
So Deebo, this is the thing, man. Like Deebo is a legit all-around receiver. But you'd be foolish to just use him as just a pure receiver because he gives you all the added elements. And it's not just him. Like the NFL is kind of going towards that. Like they're going towards guys who are versatile and give you more than just route running. And I say this about George Kittle as well. I just kind of tweeted this out the other day. A lot of times when somebody excels so much at one thing, people kind of assume that they can't do these other things well, right? So it's like, well, Deebo excels so much around the line of scrimmage that, oh, he's just a gadget guy. And it's like, nah, man, like this dude is a legit receiver that wins all over the field. If you go on, you put on those Seattle games, and we did have a question. Somebody had asked about Deebo as a route runner right here. So he said, you guys think Deebo will ever be a route runner, or was the out route versus Seattle one off? And I'd say no, like he's a legit route runner all over, and he does it consistently, but he's utilized in so many ways that it kind of takes away from you seeing a high volume of him as a route runner. But Deebo's a legit route runner and wins everywhere, and he can win vertically. I mean, we saw it in his first preseason game. We're talking about the Jalen Hurd touchdowns. Mm-hmm. Deebo whooped the dude down the field and caught a 50-yard bomb in that game. Like, and he can win vertically, but the 49
Marcus Peters.
Right. If it wasn't underthrown, it would have been a touchdown. Like he can win vertically, but the 49ers, they just have utilized him in a way to where you don't see a high volume of him route running. But you put on those Seahawks games, and there are several instances of him. And this is another thing real quick, not for me to go off on a tangent, but what route running looks like for one guy can be different, at least what it looks like for another guy in the way that he wins. So when you watch Deebo, he might not look like that Seattle out, right, where he just destroyed Griffin. But there will be other times where you notice he's doing these little nuanced things of setting guys up. I remember watching him in the Super Bowl and in the slot, and he ran a slant route on Mitchell. I mean, he jabbed inside, stepped outside, pushed upfield to get Mitchell to open up, and then came back underneath, caught the ball, drug guys for a few more yards. And it's like, he can do that. He can get you that. Remember watching him on the outside and the way that he's running his digs and the subtleties to get guys to open up, then cross their face, catch the ball. And I mean, he wins consistently at all levels, but his ability to win with routes is overshadowed by his gadget play ability. And I think that's one thing we got to realize, especially if we get to see him more this year. I think you'll see him more in the open field doing things, but off of 2019, he had a terrific year. Then last year, I mean, he only finished 3 games. So it's really hard to see the full aspect of what he is. But what are your thoughts on Deebo Samuel as a route runner?
Yeah, you hit it on the head, bro. You actually, and I forgot about the Seattle. Jesus, that Seattle route. Man, I watched that so many times. I was like, God, yeah. And even the Super Bowl, he does a lot of stuff over the middle. just the slants. Yeah, some of the slants, and I've definitely seen him run some of those slants where he gets in there, he gets his verticality, then he pushes you upfield, then he gets underneath. Like I've seen him do that tons of times, and he not even get the rock. So yeah, and now we're never going to see him. He's not, he's definitely not Odell. His feet aren't Diggs. Not even Antonio Brown. Like those dudes are outliers when it comes to running routes, and they're also a lot smaller than he is. Like he is he's a solid, hefty dude. Like he is,
natural 215. Like at 5'11, that's a thick dude.
You know what I'm saying? So like, he's not super just quick on his feet like those other dudes are. Those other dudes are 180, 190. You know what I mean? They're soaking wet. So like, he's not going to look as fluid as some of those other dudes do. But no, don't get it twisted. He is definitely a pure route runner by far.
Crock Talk TV podcast. Peace.